Have you ever felt like something invisible is holding you back despite feeling fine? Age, health, and energy aren't always factors. We may carry past baggage without realizing it. Unhelpful beliefs, outgrown habits. We've held guilt, worry, or expectations for decades. These issues go beyond heartache after 70. They quietly steal your joy, clarity, and spark. In today's video, we'll discuss 7 startling things that people inadvertently carry into their senior years and how letting them go can bring peace, strength, and a lighter, freer life. This message is for anyone over 70 or those they love. Stay with me because the last point is rarely mentioned but may be the key to emotional liberation in later life. If you think aging should be about living better, not just longer, subscribe and click the bell to not miss our videos. Do you already belong to this great community? Like and comment on this video to let me know. Let's begin this lovely release and regeneration journey together. Saying no guilt is number 1. Many folks in their 70s carry a hidden burden. It doesn't affect your posture or blood work, but you feel it when you say no. Weight of guilt. Guilt over declining an invitation. Plan cancellation guilt. Guilt for avoiding duty. But now, when time, energy, and calm are more valuable than ever, shame no longer belongs in your heart. Let it go. For decades, many of us followed a quiet rule. Get along. Help out. Be accessible. After raising children, building careers, caring for aged parents, and serving our communities, it became a habit, born of goodwill but fueled by fear, worry about disappointing people, selfishness phobia, unneededness fear. Now in your 70s, a new season has begun. A season of intention, not duty. Saying no without guilt is one of the most liberating things you can give yourself. Consider Margaret, a retired nurse at 76. She put people first her whole life. She assumed retirement would provide her time for herself. Instead, babysitting, church fundraisers, and neighborly favors filled her days. She rarely said no because she didn't want to disappoint anyone, not because she liked those things. Something changed one rainy weekend when she declined a last-minute potluck invitation and went home to complete an old novel. She remembered something from that peaceful, uncomplicated bliss of being alone with her thoughts, wrapped in a blanket with tea. She matters. Learning to say no doesn't mean you stop love. You start loving yourself with the same passion you've always given others. That love means preserving your calendar, acknowledging your limits, and making time for what nourishes you. Solitude, creativity, quiet thought, or not rushing. Additionally, setting these boundaries honors your own well-being and models something significant for your children and grandchildren. You show them that aging doesn't mean service. It can indicate wisdom, purpose, and peace over performance. However, your heart will still say yes, and those yeses will be richer because they'll originate from truth, not fatigue. They'll give their all. If you're still guilty of saying no, imagine setting it down. If you stopped apologizing for doing what's best for you, what would you gain? Time, joy, creativity? You deserve to live this chapter on your own terms. And those who love you will understand. They may thank you for teaching them. Second, outdated medical supplies and medications. It's remarkable how silently old medical supplies accumulate in our homes. Often ignored for years, they sit in bathroom drawers, kitchen cupboards, or hallway cabinets. A bottle of cough syrup from 2 winters ago. Ointment that expired when your grandson was in grade school. Faded prescriptions, and half-used tablets. At first look, they appear harmless, maybe clutter. After 70, retaining neglected objects isn't only a mess. Safety matters. Age makes our bodies more sensitive to drugs, so even little mistakes can be dangerous. Expiring medications aren't always ineffective. They may change chemically, decay unevenly, or respond differently in the body. Studies have indicated that tetracycline and nitroglycerin become hazardous or unstable after expiration. Others become unreliable, which might be problematic if you're managing high blood pressure, diabetes, or heart disease. A simple mistake like taking the incorrect medicine at the wrong time might land you in the hospital. Take 79-year-old widow Eileen, who lives alone in upstate New York. She had years of medicines from her late husband and earlier accidents and illnesses in her medicine drawer. She grabbed a bottle she thought was her prescription one afternoon when she had a headache and chest discomfort. It wasn't. Her heart drugs resembled an old muscle relaxant prescription that had misplaced its label. When she realized her mistake, her blood pressure was dangerously low. Thank goodness her daughter checked on her and took her to urgent care. This was a close call that never had to happen. Not just themselves. Consider the tools and supplies we utilize. Expiring bandages may not stick when needed. Misreadings from uncalibrated thermometers might delay treatment. Once needed supplements may conflict with new drugs or be unnecessary. The answer is simple but effective. Clear your mind as you inspect your home. Open every drawer, container, and shelf. Check all expiration dates. Safely dispose of obsolete items. To simplify and protect the environment, several pharmacies offer take-back services. Don't risk a missing or ambiguous label. Toss it. Let go of anything you haven't used in a year and don't need medically. Keep only what is current, identified, and necessary for your care. Clearing goes beyond organizing, an act of love for yourself to avoid disorientation during illness. Your family may need to help manage your prescriptions. A clean, updated medication cabinet shows you care for your health and makes their job simpler during difficult times. Take that tiny but crucial step now. Guard your health. Eliminate clutter. Get peace of mind for yourself and your loved ones. If these insights were helpful, remark yes below. I want to hear your opinions. Number 3. Negative self-talk. Think about this. A lifetime of building, caring, attempting, giving, but even beyond 70, a voice inside you says you're not enough. You're too old to experiment. Your mistakes are excessive. Nobody requires you anymore. That voice lacks wisdom, not your conscience. Negative self-talk is one of the worst habits we develop in old age. We think about it quietly, but its impact is loud. It takes motivation, confuses self-worth, and makes life's wonderful second act feel like an epilogue. Thinking like this doesn't happen overnight. It usually starts early, maybe from continual correction or unattainable standards as a child. It may have grown via years of comparison or internalizing signals from a youth-obsessed environment. It becomes an unwelcome guest, sitting by you in quiet moments and questioning your every move and desire. After hearing it so often, we believe it. Belief doesn't prove anything. Let's clarify. Age does not determine worth. Your story continues as long as you live. According to Nelson Mandela, settling for less than your best life is not passionate. At 75, he became South African president. He didn't think he was too old to lead a country or alter the world. And neither should you. Consider Lillian. She's 80 and lives in Arizona. She always wanted to swim, but she convinced herself she was too overweight, humiliated, and late for decades. Her inner voice felt more than doubtful. It was cruel. It brought back all the times she felt excluded or condemned. However, her community center offered senior swim during a heat wave one summer. Something clicked. She was tired of hearing that voice. Not aging. She joined. The first class was rough. Second was better. She swims 3 mornings a week to feel alive, strong, and proud, not to impress. What changed? She stopped letting her voice decide. If we talked to friends like we talk to ourselves, no one would remain. Why let that cruelty in? Next time your inner voice tells you you're too old, ask yourself, would I tell my loved one? If not, stop telling yourself. Instead, speak kindly. Be honest with yourself. You've overcome storms and strengthened. You showed up after losing. You have more to give, learn, and love. Life isn't behind you. In the process of becoming. That adventure continues till the last page. Show your resilience with your voice. Remind yourself that you are still alive, growing, and shaping each day. 4. Memory-filled clutter is soothing. Wedding rings, handwritten letters, and treasured scarves with someone's aroma. Not just belongings, but anchors to love, identity, and your story. However, genuine memory can quietly become much more. Memory-filled rooms become cluttered with objects that no longer serve you. Drawers full of disused electronics. Closets full of items not worn in decades. And shelves full of unread books and papers. It sneaks in slowly, and eventually you understand it's about being unable to let go of the past. Clutter is difficult after 70 because of its mental and physical burden. Each object seems to inquire, should I retain it in case? What if someone else wants it? Does removing this indicate forgetting? These are problems of identity, legacy, and loss, not just logistics. They often come with a silent sense of guilt or terror, as if letting go of an object means letting go of a person, a period, or a part of oneself. However, a gentle truth: letting go is not forgetting. Honoring the past by choosing what to carry forward is what matters. Instead of abandoning memories, freeing up space in your home brings clarity, tranquility, and joy. You're letting yourself breathe easier, move freely, and focus more on the present than the last 30 years. Even science supports this. Gerontology and psychology studies demonstrate that physical clutter can cause mental fog, tension, and depression in older persons. The brain wants order. Too many possessions, especially emotional ones, can cause mental static that makes it harder to concentrate, make decisions, and relax. Clearing your home and thoughts is possible by simplifying. Start with one drawer. Do I utilize this? Will I love it? Is this helpful today? If no, you're choosing space over stagnation. Not tossing something away. You're choosing to live in the now rather than clinging to former selves that may no longer define you. Don't be frightened to involve others. Sorting old belongings with a friend or family member may be a beautiful time of storytelling, healing, and laughter. Sharing the memories behind the artifacts gives them dignity without keeping every item as proof. Your home should reflect your current life, not just your past. Each day is an opportunity to live more freely, consciously, and lightly. Sometimes it starts with a small but bold let go. Fifth, the idea that new friendships are impossible. Many people feel that friendship is just for the young and that new relationships silently close as they age. Through the years, people have moved away, died, or disappeared from your life. You eventually realize that maybe it's too late to establish new pals when your routines and energy change. As cozy and familiar as it may feel, this notion is one of the most restrictive things you may carry after 70. Let go. It's not merely an annoyance or part of aging to be lonely. It signals. Spirit reminds you that connection counts. No matter how many candles were on your last birthday cake, your heart still loves laughter, camaraderie, and meaningful conversation. The urge for closeness remains even though life has changed. As we age, friendship becomes even more important for mental and physical health. Harvard and Mayo Clinic research shows that social involvement increases longevity, cognitive function, and immunity. When you feel lonely, it's wisdom, not weakness. Body and spirit call you back to community. It may look different now than when you were younger. You won't make new friends in dorms or dance halls, but connection is still everywhere. In the quiet hum of a shared pastime, the soft-spoken familiarity of a neighbor, or the unexpected comfort of someone sitting beside you at the library, park, or coffee shop. Being open is crucial. Gentle openness, not outgoing energy. A readiness to look up, say hello, sit and listen without leaving. Consider Maya Angelou. In her 70s and 80s, she regularly talked of her late-life acquaintances. I don't trust people who don't laugh. She added, a tremendous truth is in that quote. Joy and connection endure. They change. Their wealth grows. Sometimes the individuals who enter your life in your final chapters see you best. Not despite your years but because of them. Openness to new friendships requires vulnerability. That can get harder with age. You've witnessed heartbreak. You've lost. Time teaches understanding, patience, and kindness. You now bring more than stories. You are empathetic and wise. And someone else may silently want those too. If you think new friendships are impossible, question your belief. A habit, not fact. Let go. Allow new people, conversations, and fun into your life. You never outgrow friendship. Grow into it. Your later relationships may teach your heart to feel seen again. If you found these thoughts helpful, comment yes below. I want to hear your opinions. Number 6. Old ambitions that don't matter. Many older folks suffer a silent burden. Weight from something less evident than disease or aged bones. The strain of incomplete goals. Books you promised to write. Previously desired degree. Unrealized business idea. Even at 70 or 80. These feelings can linger like unopened mail, saying that you didn't accomplish enough but something is lacking. This fact is powerful. Not all goals were designed to last. Some dreams were never about where. They were designed to guide you temporarily. Recognizing which goals have expired and letting them go is one of the most liberating things you can do in this chapter. Giving up old aspirations doesn't entail failure. You're evolving. Many of those goals were from your youth. A person with different energies, circumstances, and motivations. Not all goals were yours. They were inherited. Parental expectations, peer comparisons, or cultural ideas of success. The question changes after decades of experience. Not why didn't I do that? Does this still matter to me? Is more powerful. That change is lovely. Not giving up. Realign with what provides you serenity and joy now. Suppose a man wanted to climb mountains. He captured adventure, summit photos, and big accomplishments. After several health scares and a lifestyle shift in his 70s, he no longer felt called to peak. Instead, he discovered peace wandering through his neighborhood each morning, smiling at neighbors and listening to birds. Still, he advanced. He felt alive. His idea of adventure evolved. These are the benefits of self-aware aging. The ability to reevaluate shamelessly. Some goals we abandoned motivated us. They guided us. They should be released when they cause regret rather than joy. Fill that gap with something that fits your current self. Maybe you want to be more present, have deeper conversations, strengthen family relationships, pass on wisdom, or enjoy daily routines. It could be learning something new or teaching what you know. Perhaps waking up without should is enough. You've changed since 40 or 60. That's not loss. That's growth. Change is needed for growth. Letting rid of expired ambitions doesn't terminate your ambition. It starts a wiser, happier alignment with what matters. You have meaning in the freedom to create new dreams, not in old ones. They should provide you peace, highlight your abilities, and recognize your complete, magnificent existence. Number 7. Death phobia. Death anxiety may be the most ingrained of the quiet responsibilities of older life. Not loud, yet often hidden. It lurks behind quiet, indecision, and fear that grows with every unexpected pain. However, it is rarely discussed. Death is taboo in a culture that values young and avoids discomfort. Even if it affects everyone, our conditioning to fight death increases our terror. Not because death is abnormal, but changing that view is liberating. One of the most striking signs of emotional maturity after 70 is accepting death. This calm does not come from assuming death is easy or fear will go. It comes from realizing that fear disappears when we tell the truth. Ancient philosophies taught this. The Stoics used memento mori to remember death daily as a reminder that life is finite and sacred. When we realize time is short, we act differently. Instead than wasting hours on needless concern, we focus on presence, joy, and lasting love. Many spiritual systems agree that death is part of life's rhythm. Buddhism teaches that clinging to things, people, and control causes suffering. We create internal strife where there may be calm by clinging to youth or resisting mortality. By accepting impermanence, we lose the illusion of eternal. Clarity allows you to appreciate now, not in theory but in practice. Facing mortality doesn't imply dwelling on it, allowing it to shape our lives. It requires the bravery to set down our wishes, discuss freely with loved ones, plan out of love and responsibility, and ponder on how we want to be remembered and how we want to live each day with significance. This preparation doesn't depress, it eases, it clears avoidance and illuminates intentional living. No need to be fearless. You merely need honesty. Honesty may lead to acceptance, stronger than denial, because releasing death dread helps us see life clearly. Gifts arrive with each morning. Each chat is precious. Each breath is a gentle reminder that we are alive, capable of joy, and part of a wider tale. Presence shields us, not dread. Surrender brings peace, not control. Avoidance does not free us, but facing life and death with open eyes and a firm heart. This moment, breath, and day are unfolding. We'll end this film with a kind request from one heart to another. What do you keep that no longer belongs? Fear? A regret? Outgrown pressure? Letting go after 70 doesn't mean quitting. Clearing space for future beauty is key. Every time you release guilt, obsolete aspirations, or the worry of not being enough, you make way for serenity, joy, and the freedom to be yourself. You've been through a lot. Your strength has been shown repeatedly. Get ready to breathe deeper, laugh louder, and live lighter. Do not let outdated beliefs or invisible baggage prevent you from experiencing delight. Not too late, right on time. What are you letting go of today? Comment below. You may have the story someone else needs. Please like, share, and subscribe if this video moved you. Your support keeps us making useful content for you. Smart, robust, and evolving. Thank you for coming. You're not traveling alone. Each step is lighter as we walk it together. See you next video.